All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome to the basement.
Going that's loud.
Trying to get used to this here again, man.
It's been
a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah. What's good, everybody? We missed y'all. It's good to be here again. And we're back here at the basement where theology, of course, meets the thoughts of life. That's what we do here in the basement, and we want to welcome everybody, all our listeners and supporters. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and it's just good to be back. Good to be back on board and ready to talk about some things that we believe are important. And so, of course, share and like the video. Spread the word. Let people know that we're on Wrath and Grace on Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Wrath and Grace. Make sure you support the ministry here that we're doing. Again, it's facebook.com/Wrath and Grace. It's actually open to the public. Even for those who don't have a Facebook account, they can actually type in that address and actually check us out live, actually. I think that's possible. But all right, so, and we do have a Patreon account, patreon.com/thebasement717. Shout out to our supporters, for those who are actually involved in helping us pay the bills. We definitely appreciate you, and we got some things coming up for that.
Now, while we're on the topic, we just updated the Patreon. Mm-hmm. I told y'all we were going to do it. I said it. Didn't I say it?
Yeah.
I said when we come back, we're going to do it. Now, right. I guess I shouldn't tell you that we just updated it like 30 minutes ago, but
nonetheless,
we did it.
It's there. Yep. We got it done.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. We got a couple tiers in there for y'all. Lowest tier, $3. Now this is gonna give you access to our conference calls, because we're gonna make some conference calls with anyone who is a Patreon supporter. You're gonna be part of that conference call, and we're gonna figure out the best days to do that. The $5 tier, right. You're going to be able to call in live. We're going to open up the phone line, and you're going to literally be able to call in to the show when we open up the phone slots. And that's going to be a fun segment when we do that. I'm looking forward to that segment. Yep. The $10 tier, you're going to get to choose the topics that we talk about in the basement. Like, literally send us list of topics that you want us to discuss, and then we'll just run through it and break it down. And obviously at the $10 slot, you'll be able to call in. You'll still be able to have access to all the patron only posts and the messages and the conference calls, everything that I already mentioned. And then at the $20 slot, that's where you're going to get discounts on merchandise, and you're going to get to be a co-creator for the episode. I'm saying that because that one's going to be a fun one right there for you guys. You're going to get to, we may even open up the opportunity for you to just Skype video in and just join us for the episode and quarterback it with us. So anyway, I'm only explaining that because it's been a long time coming. We've been saying for a long time we were going to get our Patreon up. And there's been some people that have been asking about it. So anyway,
no doubt,
go ahead and check us out. I'm gonna make sure to throw all of that, all of the links that you need to get connected with us.
Let me give a quick shout out to Nevada Barton. What's good? Aaron Miller, Peggy Johnson, Scott Crawford. What's going on? Caleb, Mike Worth, Gregory Swafford. My man Wayne's in the house. Robbins, what's good, bro? Good to see y'all. Josh Griffiths.
I got to meet Josh. I got to meet Josh at the conference for the first time.
Out there. What's up, bro?
I didn't know that was him. I thought it was just some white gangster, yo. Yo, seriously. I didn't know who that was.
Ashley Marquez, what's good? Mark by Tiffany Rose, what's good with you?
I think I know her.
Davidson Schmoyer, she'll be a guest here soon enough.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah.
John Finch, Benjamin D. Burrow, what's good? Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here on an episode with us. And again, support the Patreon page. We already explained that. We do have a Facebook group page, facebook.com/group/the basement.
Yeah.
Again, that's our hub. That's where we get together and talk about things almost like right before we go on live. We like to hear some comments and some ideas there also. But our Patreon page, make sure you go there to actually, have a strong say in what we're going to talk about in the future. You know what I mean? So,
My bad.
No, go ahead.
While you guys are in the comment section, let me ask y'all this. Throw it in the comment section. What have y'all been up to? Because me and Los been kind of like, we've been falling back from social media. That's what this break really was about. Us falling back from a lot of stuff that was just clouding our brain, our mental space, falling back and just seeking God on a bunch of things that's been happening in life.
Yeah, we're in a church plant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of needs, and there's a lot of things that were happening. The conference, the Wrath and Grace conference, we'll talk about that in a bit. There's a lot going on. The abortion clinic we're ministering to, we're doing that. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, we got a lot to unpack this season. Just
just
so y'all know it, our break was not for nothing, man. That our break was much needed. Sure. So anyway, what y'all been up to? As always, tell us where you're living at. Tell us where you're from. I'm always excited to see where people are coming from. Sometimes we get Australia, sometimes we get the islands, and I remember one time we got somebody from England.
Yeah.
Anyway, where y'all at? We want to know, like, what state y'all at? What town y'all living in?
Scott Crawford says, putting in ministry applications. James White is post mill now. Get on the train, Los. Whatever, bro.
Yo, that was crazy whenever. And what's funny is that I said just before he actually came out, I said he's been spending a lot of time with Jeff Durbin now that they're pastoring at that church. Mm-hmm. I said I think he's going to make the same transition that a lot of people make, which is going from pre-mill to amill to post-mill. It's almost as if he had finally matured the right way he had to. It's a maturity level. You go from pre-mill.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
We're going to tie you up and do an episode on historic pre-mill, bro. Don't worry.
Man, here
we'll
we
tape
go.
You up, bro.
Here we go.
No tape and all. I'll bring Rachel up in here, bro. Tim, just swoop you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Get it done.
Anyway, we're going to have plenty of time to catch up with everybody. I'm going to go forward with just some things that we're going to talk about. Obviously, we're back. We have a lot to discuss. A lot that's happened, a lot that is happening right now. I was looking at the last episode that we did called Lord Willing. It was Inauguration Day. That feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Like,
it went quick.
Joe Biden has been in office for over a month now.
Yeah, 2 months. Almost 2 months.
Yeah, almost 2 months now. And look, she said we're coming. Almost 2 months now, and it seems like when was the last time when was he president the last time? I mean, it seems like forever ago, looking on TV, seeing Trump making,
He's not on TV anymore.
Right.
I mean, he was on CPAC recently, and that became a big thing, but yeah, not a lot of people talking about Trump anymore.
Yeah, Scott, free Pastor James Coates. Who's James Coates?
Yeah, he's a pastor in Canada who was arrested for holding services, and he's still in prison. His
How long
church
ago
is
was
still
this?
Meeting.
Like a couple months ago or a couple days ago?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the
Wasn't
exact
a couple days
date.
ago, right?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the last time we were in here, Biden got in office. I was still calling her Kamala. You were laughing about that. I was asking, what's your thoughts on the new president and his team? And we were talking about, hey, we may have to get up off of social media and hit the digital underground. Mm-hmm. Seems like those other platforms died out, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we're still on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I know. We'll see for how long. I was asking what are our predictions going forward, good or bad, in the American church and society, the world. There any potential dangers to look out for? And two of the dangers I believe that we talked about would have been the same ones that have been a problem or a danger, which is more of the social justice and more of the Christian nationalism.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because Christian nationalism is still not defined.
Right.
How can such?
I'm having a hard time with that.
How can this last for so long and it not be defined?
Yeah.
I
mean, some people say, well, you know what it is. And just, I kind of understand like the stereotype. I just wish we had a good definition that more people agreed on. Because you can't agree on everything, but.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. The reason why I say that is because if somebody defines social justice, the social justice people will say that's not how I define it.
Right.
So are we gonna keep that same energy?
That's a byproduct of postmodern thinking.
Well, what I'm saying is, are we gonna keep that same energy? Because if we go to define Christian nationalism, a Christian nationalist is gonna say that's not how you define it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Both ways, yeah.
Yeah. So are we gonna keep that same energy and realize maybe our defining of Christian nationalism is right? They just won't own up to it.
Yeah, but who gets to determine the? You see what I'm saying?
Well, right, exactly.
That's
Why do we get to determine what social justice means?
Right. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. All right. Yeah. Anyway, all I'm saying is, you know what? We're gonna be the Keep the Same Energy podcast. That's what we're gonna be from now on. Keep that same energy. Yeah. We're gonna have to, cause all of the stuff that was being called out when Trump was president, we're gonna have to start calling that stuff out now that Biden is president. Everything that Trump got blamed for, we're going to have to start blaming Biden for that same thing.
He flat out said Hispanic and black people don't know how to get on the internet.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. My man
Keep that same energy is what I'm saying.
Out of pocket. So he's not racist for saying that?
I guess not.
But if Trump said that?
It would have been over.
Man, we going to have fun with this.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy. I'm telling you, we're going to have to create a whole segment where we just start pointing out all of these contradictions with people. Even when it comes to, I'm still feeling some type of way. I'm still not okay with Biden saying, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
They let him off the hook for that.
My man, they just forgot about that, huh?
Yeah. They
just forgot about that.
While he was running for president. You know what I'm
let
saying?
another man tell us how to be black. Get out of here. Anyway, my question for the audience. Didn't I say I was going to be a little bit more chill?
I was thinking that right now. Like
I just told you before we went live, I said, man, I'm going to be chill. This season, I'm not going to...
Too late.
I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to say things that'll get me in trouble. And
Too
here
late.
I go.
Too late.
10 minutes into this thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna throw a question in the comment section. You guys can answer it as we go. What are some topics that you would like to hear us cover in season 5? And you don't have to answer that. We're gonna get to that, but I thought it'd be nice at this point to lay the foundation for the episode, to explain the goal or the theme for season 5. Now, a few of the things that me and you talked about dealing with in season 5, I think we're going to deal with a lot of world news. I think we're going to deal with a lot of news that's going on in the church. I think we're probably going to deal with specific topics that deal with Christ and culture, Christianity and culture, Christians and culture, and
the moral condition of speakers.
Yes.
We'll get into that a little bit, not too much, but we got to get into this Ravi. I know it's kind of late for people, but it's not late.
It's not late. It's not late because there's still stuff to unpack. Saitan Netta, I'm probably not saying his name right, but the Saitan guy.
Yeah.
Did you see?
I know. No. What are you talking
about? Today, he just stepped down.
Really?
He came to his church leaders and confessed that he was living a sinful lifestyle, and they sat him down. He's no longer doing apologetics. He's no longer doing public ministry. He has entrusted himself over to the elders of his church.
Wow. Wow, yeah.
But that says something bigger that we'll probably be unpacking this season, which is what disqualifies someone. What disqualifies someone from being a pastor, from being a public ministry leader?
Yeah, it's intense.
Oh wow! See, look, somebody said it too. Ravi and Side yeah, sharing the concept of absolute truth. Absolutely. Wayne's on his big. You already know, John. Yeah, these are some things. I also want to unpack Christianity and liberalism, Christianity and conservatism, even dealing with, like, specifically in their fundamentalism. I want to deal with that stuff. I want to unpack it.
Yeah, I honestly, I do. I think I could be wrong, but I think fundamentalism in the Christian faith, I feel like it's a dying breed right now.
It is, but I think that we're starting to see the what is that called? The remnant kind of. How do I explain that? I think it's evolved into something bigger. Yeah,
the reason why I say that, one of the things that fundamentalists were very strong about was their eschatology. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing how strong dispensationalists were.
Yeah.
But people's eschatology, in my opinion, it's not as aggressive or like divisive as it was back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could be amill, you could be post-mill, you could be, historic, pre-mill, and dispensational now, and the temperature is not as high anymore. You know what I mean? So it's less divisive. It's different, and I think a lot of it has to do with the strong stance that fundamentalists took on their eschatology. I think that's just one of the things I've seen.
We have talked about that. Eschatology will definitely impact your worldview in a major way.
It can.
It will.
If you're not if you don't know it.
I'm not saying it always will impact it in a bad way, but I'm just saying it will impact it. Like the way you view everything. Your inspiration, your motivation for getting up every day. If you believe that this world is crashing down, then you have a different mission than somebody who believes that it's getting better.
I think it depends on how much weight you put on you have to put some sense of humility in your eschatology. I do. I always go with, this is what I see in scripture, but I do understand there's other views, and I say that to say that I respect the other views enough to say, hey, I could be wrong. I think I'm right. But so I think maintaining humility, I think, is important, because that's what fundamentalists didn't do.
Yeah.
With theirs.
Yeah. Brandon says the Ravi Zacharias situation has been humbling. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it was shocking.
We got a lot to unpack with that one. Actually, I want to do an episode. I think the title will just be something simple as disappointed.
Yeah.
Or disappointment, something along those lines. Being let down by our leaders, people that we look up to, and things like that.
It's straight up deceived.
We have to do an episode on that. Yes,
that joint was deception.
Yeah, we have to.
When I think of disappointment, I think of, like, my dude. My mind's blank right now, but actual pastors that are authentic but have more failings in their life.
Okay. Got you.
But Ravi was
Artazerdia,
right?
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of. Like, that's disappointing to me. It hurt. But a Ravi, that joint was like, I felt violated. Dang. I felt like duped. I felt like, really? I listened to this dude. I vouched for this dude, and he was doing what he was doing.
Don't give him too much. Yeah. Save it for that episode. Don't give him too much.
No doubt.
Come on.
Yeah, I can't
Gotta save something for the disappointed episode.
Bro, that's gonna be a venting session for me.
Yes.
That was.
Yeah, there's a lot of good topics that we're gonna hit this season. right here in the place where theology meets the thoughts of life. There's a lot, man. So let's talk about it, man. What have we been up to? What's some of the things that we've been up to, that we've been doing, we've been preoccupied with? Because obviously there's a reason why they haven't seen much of us.
Yeah, so for some of y'all who don't know, I went on full time in January, and what I tell people now, the lesson is that more time doesn't mean more time. Sometimes it's less time because you pack your schedule up now with meetings and you're trying to do things. And so, I helped put together the Wrath and Grace Conference. That was a lot of work, a lot of communication happening there, but we did it, and we'll talk a little bit about it later. The video's coming out soon, and we could probably even talk about some details on it or whatever. But doing that, getting involved in Love Life, and
we are going to discuss the conference this episode a little bit later, by the way.
Yeah. So anyway, in a nutshell, a lot of things being done for the kingdom, for God's glory, and it takes a lot of work. A lot of contacting, and also with me trying to apply for school and all the crazy FAFSA whackness that I'm dealing with. Like, for some reason my browser doesn't go to another link, and so I'm trying to figure that out, but trying to work out school and
you're having Apple problems.
No, it's not Apple, it's the devil.
The devil's in the details,
the devil, bro.
The devil's in the details. Yo, WandaVision. All right, I ain't gonna do it yet.
See,
that's for later.
Saying,
that's for later.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot going on, y'all. A lot going on, and so we've been busy just with the church plan, of course. Working and serving. A lot with the church plant, man. We have new faces, new people we're trying to get with. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot. Yes, church has been busy for me as well. For those of you that don't know, we both are involved with the church plant. He's the pastor of it, but we're in Lancaster, PA, and 2 years into this now. We're coming up on 2 years.
Did a lot in 2 years.
Church planting, and especially because it was church planting during COVID. That's something that no one else outside of our time period could ever talk about. There's been no other church planners that have church planted during COVID times other than what we did. Oh man. No, I'm not talking about specifically us. I'm just saying. Has there been other times in history where they church planted during sickness? No, I'm just playing, of course. I'm just messing. But no, that has its own obstacles. That has its own trials and tribulations and everything that comes with that. Trying to be the church in the middle of the quarantine. Yeah. But 2 years later, and it's been, God has been nothing but good to us. Yeah. I got a new job. Got a new job, man. I got a new job. I'm the chaplain at my job. And yeah, it's just a totally different position for me. Now I'm serving the community where I work. I'm serving them in a different way. Before, I was serving them as a caregiver. I was taking care of their needs. I was tending to them more in physical ways than anything. Now it's very spiritual. Every time I turn around, it's a new book to read. It's a new article to write. It's someone else to pray for. And I'm not complaining. I'm saying that my life has totally been flipped upside down. It's just different. And I'm also going to be looking into going back to school. And I don't know. We'll see from there. Who knows? Maybe I'll get into the pastor's program in our denomination. Who knows? It all depends. But it's been some great time away from the podcast. I missed the podcast, but it's been great to rest and to not be so heavily involved with politics and in the news articles and everything that's going on. I've been watching it fly down my timeline, and I just kind of look at it and go, wow. And then I'll just watch people react to it.
Yeah, that's good.
So
during that time off, I was encouraged by someone who became a member on our group page. And one of the questions we asked, they answered it by saying that they were blessed by a false teachers episode. They felt like it was balanced and it greatly helped them.
you said somebody watched our episode on false teachers? Who was it?
Somebody who joined the basement. I'm not sure.
All right, got you.
That kind of gave me more encouragement to do the podcast and continue to do what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we did that false teachers episode at the beginning of season 4.
Yeah.
That was like episode, if this was 81 today, then that had to have been about 62, 63.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. I think it was episode 63. But yeah, false teachers. Go and check that episode out.
Yeah.
That's encouraging, man. That's encouraging. I've read great books, and I've watched some great movies. And you guys, trust me, when I watch movies, you hear about them. So as we go throughout the rest of the season, you'll hear a bunch of different references to the movies.
And themes.
That's
what you do.
Oh yeah, yep. I gotta throw Star Wars in there somewhere.
I ain't feeling Star Wars right now.
I gotta throw Tupac in there somewhere. Marvel, all the stuff that.
They got rid of Homegirl from The Mandalorian, bro. That was wrong.
She knew she was gonna get canceled.
That's
the thing. Some people know they're gonna get canceled, and then they act surprised when they get canceled.
Yeah, but it gotta go both ways. It's not.
No. For sure, there definitely needs to be people getting canceled for the stuff that they say that are on the other side of things. Yeah.
So.
Well, prime example, the thing that's going around right now, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is getting canceled, but that WAP video never got canceled.
I seen that joint. I seen that meme, yeah.
Then I almost said Nicki Minaj. That's what you know I'm getting old. The Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion video, WAP. Like, nah, we're just going to promote that everywhere. It's going to be on TikTok and all of those platforms, but now we're going to try to cancel Dr. Seuss?
It's crazy, bro.
Nah, you can't do that to Dr. Seuss. Y'all already took
they did
Aunt Jemima from us. What do you mean they can't? Like, what do you mean they did it?
I think Biden got rid of it as one of the readings that they required or something like that. It was taken out.
Yeah, but they can't take Dr. Seuss from us.
Yeah. No.
You ain't taking no green eggs in hand from me. All the wonderful places you go, or whatever whatever that book is called. Anyway, I'm getting sick of cancel culture. I've been sick of it. Some things that have been going on in the world, things that we missed. We got stimmy time coming up. That stimulus is about to hit. We'll see. We'll see. The people that are into economy, they're not really liking this stimulus check thing. Saying we don't really need it, but I don't know. How you feel about the stimulus?
I think it's just, honestly, I think it's dangerous only because I feel like, well, if you look at the bill, it's catering to a political party. It's kind of, there's some things in it that are just ridiculous, funding California and New York, giving them, it's just full of a lot of like, hey, thanks for helping us out. We're paying you back. And, but then the other part of it too, I think it is fostering a dependency upon people for these things where it becomes normal for the government to give you money. Yeah. That mindset, I grew up in it, in the welfare system and everything, and it's not helpful. So, and again, I do know people that actually need this money. But yeah, so it's just, I think it's catering to a dangerous mindset. Yeah. I don't think it's helpful at the end of the day. So I don't know.
Brother Bill Faults, what's going on? He said Mr. Potato Head.
He going too.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah,
how they gonna take him from us?
They're going in.
I liked him. I liked him and his mustache. It's that Steve Harvey mustache. They took him away. Speaking of that, the whole gender thing, How about these gender fluid sports teams?
Yeah.
I think that's how you say it, gender fluid, whatever.
Yeah.
But guys being on the girls' sports teams.
Yeah, I saw a picture of a dude, like a tall dude, and that's the judgment of God, bro. It's unbelievable.
I have a lot to say about these teams and the way that they're handling these genders and the gender fluid part of it, like just all of that. I can't wait till we do an episode on that. But I don't want to get canceled today.
Yeah.
Not today. At least give me a couple weeks of getting back into the basement. I mean, my goodness. Of course, that falls in line with the Equality Act. Mm-hmm. But to switch gears, and maybe we'll deal with this later on, but the Kanye and Kim divorce.
Yeah. I heard about that.
I think that falls right in line with the topic of missionary dating. And that type, I'm not saying that Kanye did that, but some of the reason why they may be getting a divorce is because they have different views when it comes to their religious beliefs.
Yeah, I know that was tension for them. You know, I saw a clip.
Yeah.
But he wasn't feeling the way she was dressing anymore, and she kind of pushed back on that. So
yeah, I think we're starting to see the bigger problem, which is, you know, as we would say, unequally yoked. Whenever you have one person that is a Christian and one that's not, and we're seeing more. And John Piper almost got canceled for this. His views on missionary dating, where he said if you have missionary dating going on in your church, they need to be disciplined. So, yeah, that's a bigger topic right there. But anyway, I think we're still dealing with the problems going on in the church. Johnny Mack is in the middle of some trouble right now.
Yeah.
John MacArthur is under fire because people are saying that he is preaching against the health and wealth prosperity gospel, but he's living it out. I don't know what to say about that one. I haven't looked into all of these allegations of him having all of these houses and all of that, but that's what he's in trouble for. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it. I think, honestly, the accusations and the things the way they're coming about, I don't have a problem with dude having, you know, a couple houses and, you know, having a certain lifestyle, because he had one of the greatest Bible study Bibles in the world. Mm-hmm. You're not telling me he's not going to get paid for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, so the bottom line is he didn't preach a prosperity gospel to get what he got. You know, he had a great study Bible. So, so I don't think that's contradictory to what he's saying or has done. But, you know, I get why people have a concern. I think there's some other things we should focus on, but I don't know. We could chop that up. Yeah. Talk about it.
Max Lucado, anything on that?
Hypocrite. He's a hypocrite, man. Backing off of a sermon where he took a stance on homosexual marriage, and now he's kind of like catering to the crowd, caving in.
You think it's compromise?
I think he's a coward, you know, like, and
this is a big name writer, guys.
Yeah,
if you don't know this author, I mean, I don't know where you've been.
He's a coward, bro. He, you know, like, either you believe it or you don't, and can't let the culture dictate truth, you know, and don't apologize for something that's true. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say it in a harsh tone. You know what I'm saying? He laid it out for what it is, but that's what it is, you know. I think there might be some other interests he has that he's afraid of losing, and you know, but that's conjecture. I don't know. But yeah, we can't be cowards in this culture, man. We got to stick to the truth, and no matter where that takes us.
Yeah, Nevada says, I didn't even know that Max did that. Yeah, I know. It was surprising when I heard it, too. But then again, it wasn't surprising only because I've never heard him double down on his stances theologically. Like, I've seen him all over. Not all over the place. Let me not say it like that. But I've never been able to zero down. Like, I've never been able to zero in on where he is theologically. I always wondered.
That's true.
So it doesn't surprise me
with the well-known name. Sometimes,
it didn't surprise me when I heard, because I feel like he's always been he's a great writer. Let me not take nothing from him. Great writer, great mind, great creativity, and everything that comes with that. But I always wondered why he was more of a safe writer. He was like, one of those safe guys. But it is what it is. I can't really speak for that. John Gabbana, the young kid, his name was Boonk when he was in the world. Boonk Gang. He got saved, and he's been giving his testimony. Now, we'll probably have to do a whole reaction video to this guy, because he's interesting. It kind of reminds me of when Kanye got saved. Whenever that all went down, it was like, wait, what? Him? That's how I was about this guy. And if you look at him, you'll probably say the same thing, because just going by looks, stereotypically, a person that looks like him would not be telling his testimony the way that he is. So, yeah, we got a lot to discuss. But let's get into the Wrath and Grace Conference. That's what today's episode mainly was about. Talking about that now. Once the audio, once the video clips, all of that stuff is available to the public, then we will break it down bar for bar, line by line, segment by segment. That's why this is part 1. Christ is greater than culture, part 1. When all of this stuff is available to the public, we will go. I will give you my in-depth commentary on each one. I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to just be honest. I'm not going to be disrespectful, though. I'm not going to be dishonoring either. So anyway.
You're stupid, dog.
No, because it's family, right?
I feel it.
It's family, right? Everyone's family, right? I'm only saying that because I don't want to be put in a certain situation to where I say something that's going to get me in trouble, because I can get myself in trouble, man. I can get I told you before we went live today, I said I'm going to just chill. I'm not going to say nothing that's going to get me in trouble today. I'm going to let it rock out for a couple weeks, and then I'll work on potentially getting myself into something where I have to write an apology afterwards. No. There's a lot to say about this conference, but let's talk about some things, because we did a conference a few weeks ago. Now, the people that were a part of this conference, it was a Wrath and Grace conference. Lagos was one of our sponsors, so they were able to really help things get set up. We did it at Lancaster Bible College, and we had a few people on the panel. We have Voddie Baucham. I said it right. Stephen Brindle and Kirk Kennedy. Now, Kirk Kennedy, if you don't know who he is, he's one of the co-hosts. Well, he's like the number one host, and then you have his co-host, Abner Stract, of the Cross Examine podcast. Now, they do another podcast right here on Wrath of Grace, so you can check them out. That's what I meant by they family. They're family.
Let's talk about how y'all were dressed, though. No. Yo, I was like, these dudes got the caps on, got the little suit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Strack was the Fedora brothers.
I was like, bro, you do look like you're from Lancaster.
No, hold up. Nah, I got mad compliments. Do not hate.
I'm bugging with you, bro. I'm bugging with you.
No, I was. What's funny is he came up to me, Strack. He said, "Yo, what you wearing?" I said, I got to pull out the fedora. And he goes, "That's what I'm doing." He said that he went and got a fedora from like 45 minutes away from where he lives. Him and his wife went to go get it. I was like, dag. I didn't do all that, but yeah.
That's what's up.
Nah, it was a great time that we had. What were some things that you liked about it?
Yeah, I appreciate the Lancaster Bible College.
Yeah.
For being able to help us out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that buzzing's coming from.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Interesting. All right. So anyway, I don't know where that buzzing's coming from.
You can just go from there.
Okay. So yeah, I did like LBC, Lancaster Bible College hosting. They were very gracious to us,
Mm-hmm.
and they helped us out a lot with being able to do what we needed to do on campus. I just like, everybody seemed very engaged.
Mm.
You know what I mean? These topics were very hard to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And, we talked about cancer culture, Christian nationalism, cultural Marxism, critical race theories.
All the
social
hot
justice,
button topics.
Right. And the way we started, was pretty dope, too, because it was...
Don't give it.
Yeah.
Don't tell them.
So, yeah, I think from the gate, it was good. There was some intense moments in it. Yeah, and it was very hard to work through some of the issues. There was some back and forth, some intense moments. Uncomfortable at times.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, where's this going to go?
Mm-hmm.
But it was necessary. I think a lot of pastors got back to me and said, hey, thank you for doing this. Thank you for putting this together. Even one of them said, I know now how to kind of like work through an issue we have at our church because of this discussion. So
right.
it was dope, man. I think it was fruitful.
Right.
Let
me give my thoughts on it. While I'm giving my thoughts on it, I think it's the headphones. Check the headphones because nobody on their end can hear it. They said that there's no buzzing, so maybe it's the headphones, maybe it's not.
Right.
But a few things that I loved about the conference. One, I loved the intensity that was there. It was intense, y'all. There were moments where people thought, there was one moment in particular where people thought, yo, it's about to go down. I wish I could say the one comment that somebody said.
Just, oh boy.
You remember what she said when she said she... Oh man, I can't say it.
I ain't saying nothing.
It was funny because there was a very tense moment between two people on the panel. Not gonna talk about it yet because I want the clips to come out. Okay, somebody said there's definitely buzzing. Okay, it just went down though.
Yeah, it's my mic. Go ahead.
Is it? All right. Okay. So anyway, I love the intensity. Meaning I don't like going into conferences and everyone's just all comfortable and everyone's agreeing. Like, what's the point of doing a conference if everyone is going to just all be saying the same thing on the panel? There was a diversity on the panel.
It was risky too, and the other thing too is we had someone that backed off the same day.
It was, yes, that's how risky this panel was. That's how in your face these questions were going to be, is that somebody said, nah, I don't even want to be part of this panel at the last minute.
Yeah.
And some of that was because they didn't, they didn't get the questions or whatever till it was too late, and now, they felt like they weren't prepared.
Right. It was my first conference. I think it was Johan's third or something like that. So
it was my first conference too.
Right. So and that you attended.
Yeah.
Right?
Not even just being part of. It was the first conference that I had ever been to.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that was crazy.
So I understand, but yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it. All I'm saying is, it was whack not to have people that we wanted on there, for them to back off, and so but
Rachel said, was the conference mainly for pastors?
No, it was open to the public.
It was open to the public. There were a bunch of pastors that were there because how we dealt with the topics in this conference was we dealt with the issues as a whole, like generally.
Yeah.
And then the second half of the conference was dealing with these topics in our local churches.
Right.
That was our goal behind this, was not to just deal with the topics like Christian nationalism, or to, social justice, or even Black Lives Matter, anything that is hot anything that is a hot button topic. We didn't want to just talk about it. We wanted to talk about how do we deal with these issues in our churches.
Right.
So
and
yeah.
So I told Rachel about the conference a little bit, and she has a ministry. We also had presentations. We had Lagos sharing a couple things, LBC. We're also going to have Rachel in our next conference share her ministry, but just a quick shout out to Rachel. But I do think, we need to have these discussions. I think that's what we wanted.
We're going to have another one, Lord willing.
Yeah. I'm trying to do a 2-day conference here.
By the way, I did not know, because we found out afterwards, I did not know that Voddie was having heart problems while he was on stage.
I didn't.
Like,
okay, I thought it was after.
No, well, he said over the last couple of days he was having these problems. It was only a couple days after being at the conference we were doing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So the fact that he was going through his heart failure while he was there, if you look at the timeline, I was like, wow, I didn't even. By the way, that was my first time getting to meet Voddie, and man, it was not underwhelming. Let's say it like that. Yeah, I was impressed. There was moments where I was sitting there as a fanboy, like, yo, I listened to Voddie for years. And now I was in the back room. They asked me to lead prayer for it. And I'm like, yo, like, Voddie's here. Are you kidding me? How am I going to lead prayer? Wow.
I didn't have time to really talk to him because I was running everything.
Oh, yeah, it was you who asked me to lead.
Yeah, because I didn't have time. But next time when he's in town, I'm going to hang out with him and Johan and just, see what's up, see how he's doing. My brother-in-law got to cut his hair. Him and Johan's that was pretty cool for him. He was kind of
who?
Nick.
Oh, Nick. Oh, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, Voddie's a dope brother, man. He's, in the conference, honestly, when you see the footage, you're gonna see a different side of Voddie too. Yeah,
that was a side, and that's the thing.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah,
to see that different side of Voddie being engaged, but also, because he's in a lot of circles where they're saying the same thing.
Right.
And he was able to disagree and yet still, call someone who disagrees with him brother.
Yeah.
Right. And so not that he doesn't do that the other times, but he was given an opportunity to go back and forth. And that was a pretty dope, side of Voddie that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But he's engaged and he's,
I think you'll get to see a side of Kurt too that you didn't see before either. I'm laughing because I think both of them were able to be different than what you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And then Stephen Brindle, he didn't disappoint either.
Yeah.
Stephen brought the facts.
Timothy Brindle.
Oh, did I say Stephen earlier too?
Yes. I don't know.
I think I did say Stephen. I meant to say Timothy Brindle this whole time.
Brindle, yeah.
Yeah, Tim Brindle. Oh man, I've been messing up his name this whole time.
Brindle brought that passionate, Christ-centeredness to it. Let's get back to the cross, and I was just like rocked by it. I love his passion.
Yeah, Tim Brindle. Yeah. Regardless of whether you agree with his politics and agree with the way that he phrases certain things. Yeah, my man definitely brought a passion to glorify God.
He straight up said, I voted for Donald Trump, and here's why. He's unashamed about his views, but I respect him for that.
Yeah. Shout out to Rachel. I don't think she was at the conference, but it would have been nice for her to be there. Maybe we can get her at the next one. Yeah,
it was limited. We sold out quickly the first time, and then sold out quick the second time. And with COVID restrictions, we were at a 20% capacity. So
we still had 300 people in there, maybe more. It was a lot.
Yeah. So
Nevada, shout out to you. I get it. Nah, you could check it out, and we'll connect. Shout out to Brittany Lamke. She has been the longest supporter that we have here at the basement.
Yeah. Shout out to Brittany, yo.
Y'all don't know. Yeah, y'all just don't know.
She paying the bills.
Yeah,
she paying the bills, man.
This stuff ain't cheap to run the basement here, and I'm not paying $1. So I'm saying that
freeloading off the basement, bro. What's up with that?
I'm also not making $1 either, so I don't know if that's freeloading. So
right.
What I'm saying is, shout out to Brittany because she supports the basement. I know she doesn't like recognition, you know what I mean? But I just want to say thank you.
Give her all that.
I'll rather give her flowers right now. If I see her name on here, I'm shouting Sister Brittany out. She's always been supportive and encouraging of what goes on here. It would have been nice to see her at the conference too.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, next time we're just gonna send you the ticket. She should have been sent a ticket for real. Now that I think about it, so that's my fault. I should have sent you a ticket, Brittany.
Her ticket's already paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's done.
Yeah, I don't even know why we forgot. Like for real.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll connect. I do want to say though, walking away from the conference, I felt like we came in there divided and we walked away united. That's what I love most about the conference. Now, everything else that's going to happen, everything else, that we're going to break down, we'll save that for the next time at the conference. But shout out to the Coronas. No, not coronavirus. Justin Corona.
Right.
Justin Corona invited everyone to his house after the conference.
His Airbnb.
Yeah. He came all the way from California. Him and his wife and his son.
Represent.
And was very, very encouraging and supportive of everything that was going on.
He's planning a church.
Yeah, he's
doing
planning
his
a
thing,
church.
Man. That's what's up.
The Reformed Raza. If you're wondering, who I'm talking about, it's the ones that we had on last season, episode 70 something. I want to say episode 70, but it was somewhere in there. He came on there. Crystal, she was at the conference and said it was very convicting and encouraging.
Yeah. So, Brittany, we got your ticket paid.
Yeah, Brittany. Yeah, you got front seat next time, for real.
Even in the front.
Yeah, straight up.
and you know what I did with one of my supporters who support me on full time? I actually put their one of the questions up top and make sure it was.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
so, Brittany, you got questions in the conference? I got you.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yep, absolutely. But at this point, let's start to bring some type of conclusion to this. Let's look at some of these comments too. Yeah.
Brittany says, yes, I've never been to a conference that wasn't a Bethel Word of Faith slain in the spirit jaunt. I will absolutely come next time. Yeah, yes. Definitely.
Things to look out for. What are some things that we can look out for, that the people can look out for?
Pertaining to...
I don't know, anything. Y'all can look out for, while I'm doing this right here, let me run through the Patreon one more time and explain. With Patreon, this is something to look out for because there's a couple tiers. This is ways that you can support the basement. There's a $3 tier where you will get all the posts and the messages. I'm going to start to create behind the scenes videos and we're going to have fun with that because if you know me, you know that I don't like to be too scripted. So I might come in here one day and give y'all a behind the scenes video that will have y'all cracking up. And then there's another day where I might come in here and be on some, I don't like what I just read in the news and I want to talk about it. Behind the scenes video. You just never know what you're going to get with that. That's the $3 tier. That's the lowest tier. I put it, we put it at $3 because even if you don't have nothing, if you got $3,
right,
support us, man. Like, I'm only saying that because this is going to go to a bigger cause. Now, $5 tier, we're opening up the phone lines at at 10 o'clock. We're going to start to open up the phone lines and tell people to call in. We have a phone number that you're going to be able to call in, and we're going to deal with what we just dealt with in the topic or in the episode, or we're going to just deal with all of the things that are going on. I'm talking about call in live to the basement while we're live. And then also we're going to start with conference calls as well. We're going to do conference calls for everyone in the Patreon supportership. $10 tier, you'll be able to call in live, see the behind the scenes conference calls, and you'll be able to choose the topics that we are going to deal with in the basement. That's going to be fun. Now, the $20 tier, you're going to get merch discounts. You're going to be a co-creator for an episode. You're going to get to choose topics, call in live. You're going to be part of the behind the scenes, the conference calls. And then on top of that, for those of you that are Patreon supporters, we're also going to put out their exclusive episodes. And this is going to deal with like the ones that y'all been asking for, the eschatology episodes, the worship styles episode. We're going to deep dive and tell personal stories. We're probably going to do some no chill Q&As. What do I mean by that is you guys can ask questions. We ain't going to have no chill with our answers. The sky is the limit whenever it comes to all of this stuff in Patreon. We're going to have some fun with this. And maybe, just maybe for you Patreon supporters, maybe we'll get a nice little clip of the conference out there.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some free clips for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
Where are the clips from the conference going to be posted? John Finch says.
Yeah, we're setting up a website soon for it. It'll actually be it'll act as if it's its own YouTube page almost.
Yeah. So Wrath and Grace, big things coming.
Yeah. We're getting ready.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot. Let's see. Wait, does that mean that our episodes getting downloaded and stuff will be counted streams now?
I don't know all the details, but it's in preparation of like cancel culture happening. You know, we'll have our own hub of videos and streams. I believe. I think we'll be able to still stream on Facebook, but when we upload or keep our files public, it'll be its own separate page.
Right. But one more thing with the Patreon. I know I mentioned all the tiers, but there's a tier that is higher than that, and that's any tier that, you know, any amount of money that you wanted to give. We appreciate it all. And even if you're not able to give, we appreciate prayers. So I don't want y'all to think this is just a money thing. We really do appreciate the encouragement, the support, the prayers, all of that stuff that you guys, that you throw our way, and the prayers even that you send to the Lord for us. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, basically we do need a new table at some point. You know, we want to create a better backdrop and, you know, make it look better in here, you know. You know, maintain the equipment we have.
But we also want to use that money to get live events going as well. We want to go hit the streets. And we want to go to certain cafes and have live discussions at cafes in the city where we live. So there's there's different ways that we can do this. And so to make it mobile means more equipment, you know, and we don't want to move this stuff around. So we definitely need another setup to do that. And to that extent too, we can be more evangelistic with it. We can just talk to anyone at the cafe and say, hey, you know, what do you land on with Jesus? You know, do you believe he's a prophet? Do you believe he's God? What do you believe? And even now that I think about it, we collect that money from the Patreon and stuff like that. Those videos that we're using the new equipment for, those would be for Patreon supporters as well. Like, for sure. Special episodes. You know, y'all say, yo, you should go hit the streets and ask this question. We might just go do it. Yeah. We might be crazy enough to just do all of that stuff. Yep. That's what we're hoping for, because he says, Jacob says, get some apologetics happening street style. Yeah. Yep. And we don't. Obviously, we would do that without the cameras, if need be. But we could do it with the cameras as well, and then that would be fun. Yeah. That would be interesting. So anyway, there's a lot of things to look out for. Did you want to give them the plugs and the shout outs? Yeah, for sure. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate your support, your prayers. We do this, hopefully we're ministering to people, and I think we have already here at the basement. So continue to share and like the video. Facebook.com/Wrath and Grace. So make sure you let people know what's going on here on the basement on Wrath and Grace. And we do have a website, wrathandgrace.com.
T-shirts, mugs, all sorts of things you can purchase on the website to support the ministry and to support what's going on here. And so, yeah, there's a lot going on in the near future for the podcast that we got going on with the support that's happening. And your support could be extended also on our Facebook group page, facebook.com/groups/thebasement. So make sure you go on there and support us, man. We like to hear from you there, and you can ask questions there and everything. And so there's a lot going on. Other than that, that's what we have. And it's been a blessing and an encouragement to be here with you. Look out for some other events that we have coming up. When we do have details on the next conference date, that's kind of depending on Voddie's condition and just some other factors that might play into our being able to plan. But once we do, we'll definitely let our Patreon supporters know first, and then kind of share a little bit of more details about what we're planning to do in the near future. So continue to pray for us. Continue to pray for our work in our local church here in the city of Lancaster. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Grace and peace, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. You're a blessing to us.
Yeah. Looks like people were asking for street apologetics and breakdancing and breakdancing ministry. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we should definitely plan on getting some pastors to join us live this season.
Yep.
I know that we kind of said we were done, but we're not done. But yeah. Pastors. Yep. Quality Act needs to be a topic. Look at that. We got a lot to discuss. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get out of here.
We'll get it done. All right. Grace and peace, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you tuning in to, what is this, episode 81?
81.
Christ is Greater Than Culture, Part 1. Only here in the basement where theology meets the thoughts of life.
All right, y'all.
God bless.
Grace and peace.